Today's episode of Looping Through Life is brought to you by the band Fictional Reality. Listen now on Spotify. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Looping Through Life, back into another coaster dive today. Just yesterday, I took a trip out to Lake Compounce in Bristol, Connecticut, and rode my number 9 favorite roller coaster, and also my second favorite roller coaster of all time, in Boulder Dash. This coaster literally yeets you off the side of a mountain.
Yeah, I saw the video you posted of your trip. Thanks for the invite, Dick.
I mean, fairness in all fairness, they actually have very strict rules about bringing your furry friends along with you.
I could have easily slept in the woods. I am a fucking fox after all. I literally come from the woods. You come from, of all places, New Jersey.
Either way, let's get into Boulder Dash, guys. This ride is a lot of fun and very, very exciting.
Yay, let's get into Boulder Dash. Unlike you, Boulder delivers feelings of laughter.
Boulder Dash is not just a roller coaster, it's a damn rite of passage for wooden coaster fans. Located at Lake Compounce in Bristol, Connecticut, Boulder Dash has earned a cult-like following since it opened in May of 2000. And for good reason. This is a ride that doesn't just hug the terrain, it mauls it. It uses the mountain like a weapon and leaves your spine rethinking its life choices in the best possible way. Let's rewind to how this beast came to be. In the late 1990s, Lake Compounce was trying to claw its way back from near oblivion. The park, originally opened in 1846, is the oldest continuously operating amusement park in America. But by the late 20th century, it had seen better days. Ownership had changed hands multiple times, and the park desperately needed something big, a signature attraction that would put it back on the map. Enter Boulder Dash. The project was spearheaded by Premier Parks, which had purchased the park in 1996 and was investing heavily in revitalization. The idea was to create a terrain wooden coaster that would take full advantage of the rocky, forested hillside behind the park. The kind of ride where the mountain isn't just a backdrop, it's a co-star. Design work was handed off to Custom Coasters International, CCI, a now-defunct company that was responsible for many legendary woodies in the 90s. Larry Bill, one of CCI's top designers, is the brain behind Boulder Dash's layout. The ride's construction was no walk in the woods, literally. Building a wooden coaster into the side of a mountain meant dealing with dense rock, uneven terrain, and environmental limitations. Crews had to carve a narrow trench into the mountainside, dealing with elevation changes of up to 115 feet and natural obstacles that couldn't be easily removed. But the payoff? Worth every splinter. Let's talk about the ride itself. Boulder Dash is fast, raw, and completely unpredictable. It's 4,725 feet of relentless wooden fury, most of it hidden within the trees. You start with a lift hill that climbs through the woods, building suspense as you inch toward the top. There's no big visual payoff at the crest, like on Steel Vengeance or Millennium Force. Instead, you're staring down a wall of trees. And then suddenly, bam! You plunge down a 115-foot drop, reaching speeds of 60 miles per hour. And from that point forward, Boulder Dash barely gives you a second to breathe. Unlike most coasters, Boulder Dash doesn't have a traditional out-and-back layout or a compact series of elements. Instead, it weaves through the forest in a way that feels chaotic but perfectly calculated. You'll hit airtime hills, laterals, and terrain-hugging drops, often with nothing but trees rushing past inches from your face. The terrain usage is what makes Boulder Dash so iconic. The coaster's support structure is mostly hidden by the forest. You don't get a clear view of what's coming next, which amps up the thrill factor exponentially. This thing doesn't telegraph its moves. It slaps you with them. It also has one of the greatest return runs in wooden coaster history. Fast-paced bunny hills, rough turns, and one final ejector hill into the brakes that feels like it's trying to launch your soul out the back of your skull. From the moment it opened, Boulder Dash was a hit. It won the Golden Ticket Award for Best Wooden Coaster from Amusement Today multiple times throughout the 2000s, including in 2004, 2013, and 2014. Even today, it still ranks highly on enthusiast lists, proof that good terrain and great airtime never go out of style. It became the signature attraction at Lake Compounce, helping to redefine the park's image as more than just a family destination. This was now a must-ride spot for coaster fanatics, and Boulder Dash was the crown jewel. It was also one of the earliest coasters to really lean into the terrain coaster identity that we now see with rides like Lightning Rod and Mystic Timbers. Without Boulder Dash proving that mountains and wood could work this well together, the modern generation of terrain woodies might look very different. Of course, wooden coasters don't age like fine wine. They age like cheap furniture left out in the rain. So Boulder Dash has seen its share of maintenance and retracking work. In the early 2010s, the coaster began to show signs of wear. Riders noted that while it was still intense, it had also gotten painful, and not in the fun, old-school way. So Lake Compounce brought in Great Coasters International, GCI, in 2007 to do track work and improve the ride's flow. GCI replaced large sections of track and helped smooth out the transitions while preserving the ride's core layout and intensity. More recently, in 2017, the park tapped the Gravity Group to redo parts of the ride, particularly the turnaround section. Gravity Group replaced the former trick track style turnaround with a smoother, high-speed overbank turn, and the result was a hit. The ride's pacing and intensity improved significantly without losing its personality. In 2023, Lake Compounce invested in additional track work, this time using Titan Track from Great Coasters International in some key sections, including the brake run. While not a full steel conversion like we've seen with RMC hybrids, these upgrades have helped maintain Boulder Dash's ferocity while extending its lifespan. Let's talk about what sets Boulder Dash apart beyond the terrain. You can't see it. Seriously, if you're not riding it, Boulder Dash might as well not exist. It's practically invisible from inside the park, which gives it an almost mythical quality. You hear the roar and see the train disappear into the trees. But good luck spotting the layout. No mid-course brake run. This thing just doesn't let up. From lift hill to final break, Boulder Dash runs like it's chasing you down the mountain with a grudge. Natural setting. You're not racing past fake rocks or set pieces. You're flying through real forest, real boulders, and real danger. Well, not really, but it sure feels like it. Boulder Dash isn't just a great ride, it's a respected ride. Even among enthusiasts who've ridden coasters with more speed, height, or inversions, Boulder Dash still gets love because it delivers something very few coasters do: raw, unfiltered speed through a natural landscape. It's also deeply tied to Lake Compounce's identity. Without it, the park might have remained a small family operation clinging to nostalgia. But Boulder Dash gave it teeth and gave coaster fans a reason to make the trip to Connecticut. To this day, it's often referred to as the best wooden coaster on the East Coast. It's not glossy, it's not pretty, but it rips. that's all that matters. Boulder Dash is what happens when brilliant engineering meets rugged terrain and says, let's do something stupid. And thank God they did. Because over 20 years later, it's still scaring the hell out of new riders and making veterans fall in love with wooden coasters all over again. Whether you're a first-time visitor to Lake Compounce or a seasoned coaster junkie, Boulder Dash is not a ride you experience once. It's a ride that demands re-rides, because every time it feels different. Wilder, faster, meaner, and that, my friend, is exactly how a wooden coaster should be. Thanks for joining us today on this coaster dive. Now it's back to the studio with Ryan and Ferris.
And that's going to be a wrap today, guys, with a deep dive into Boulder Dash, a coaster, like I said, it literally yeets you off the edge of a mountain, incredible airtime, and beautiful terrain.
Kind of like watching you try to do leg day at the gym. All hype, zero follow-through.
Either way, thanks for watching today, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. We hit 1,000 subscribers. Ferris Fox, like I keep saying, we'll get his own merch line.
Do it. He needs the validation. Without it, he starts narrating coasters to his microwave.
Either way, guys, that's a wrap for today.
Perfect. Now go lie down before your back gives out from all that sitting still.